All right, I'm back. Okay, guys, it cut off. Something cut off my camera. Really weird. But I'm back, so if you guys come back, you'll see him here. I'm listening to the recording now.
It's changing. As it gets colder or something is over there. So, if there's anybody here that wants to come forth and talk to us.
Can you believe it? It cut off.
If you know there's such a thing as Facebook, depending when you died. But nevertheless.
Done, it cut off.
Speak into the EVP recorder and say hi.
Something's definitely here.
That one time said, "Who's there? Come forth. Tell us your name. How old are you?" Now I'll give some brief pauses so they can answer. Otherwise, you keep talking, they might answer, you might not hear. Let's see. Where are you at in the house? If you're over there in the living room, can you make that meter go, instead of changing the temperature, can you go in there and near the iPod?
Y'all, that's the EVP recording I made earlier. I'm trying to see if I hear anything. But something shut off my phone. I mean, it went black. I had to put it back on.
That's going off. So there's something right here in the room with me. So if you want to, the camera over there is recording infrared, so we may catch something.
Still blinking over there.
Touch my shoulder. Oh, now the REM pod's going off again.
Which it is. Why my recording saying that. I'm going to go over here and reset this again. The temperature keeps changing. That's really interesting. Now you heard it going off, and now it's not. All right. That recording's so good, I thought the REM pod was going off again. Let's check our camera. Make sure it's still recording. It is. I can't wait to watch that video later to see if I caught anything.
So we're going to go over there.
Now the phone stopped. Now it's starting again. It had stopped. Now it's starting again. That's weird. All right, let's see if we hear anything on the EVP.
Temperature changes again. Now, like a real life ghost show, you see what's in front of the big person running around instead of their face on all the time. I think when the person has their face in the camera all the time, you don't see much. So I don't like that. But anyway, and it's still going off. This is the most I've seen this meter go off in a while, which is kind of interesting. And a cell phone doesn't affect it. It's weird. I know it doesn't.
Wow.
So if you
Look at that.
Now, whoever's setting this meter off that's in front of me, if you can make it go up to at least one red light, that would tell us you're close. And all you have to do is get closer to it to set it off. So if you could do that, that'd be great. I mean, we can see you're nearby because the lights are going off. So we know something's here. And it is kind of interesting. But the reality is, when you do a ghost hunt,
well, I'm going to pull this camera around while you see if I hear anything. And y'all let me know if you see something that I don't see. The four lights, that's the camera over there with the night light. There's night vision. So we're going to do this.
Well, they're people still. So you have to understand that.
I'm going to turn that off for a minute because I heard something. Here's the camera. Now over there, they didn't have anything going on. Interesting. Well, let's go see if we hear anything in here. This is my laundry room. I don't hear anything. Maybe I imagined it. I could have sworn I heard something rustling somewhere. And see, here's the camera that you guys can't see that's over there. Okay. Now, if y'all see anything while I'm moving this around, y'all can tell me because I might not see it. And that camera's blurry. We got 4 people on here. Okay, so here's the REM pod again. That's not going off right now, but it was earlier. See, y'all saw this, and I was way in this dining room. So if you look at how my house is, I have French doors to go into my dining room, my kitchen. Then I have my living room that has a door that goes into where the bedrooms are. There's the front door. There's my love seat, couch, chair, my fireplace, my TV that's in here. I mean, this stuff is really interesting. I can tell you stories, and I'm hoping to have better ghost hunts in the future. Now that I think something's following me around. But anyway, I'll listen to this EVP recording more later. Yes, I'm back, Donna. Like I said, everything went dark in here for half a second. I mean, this flashlight went out, the meter went off, and then I had to hit the flashlight, and it came back on, and then it kicked me off Facebook. It just said pause, like it couldn't record, and then all of a sudden it just went dark, and I got it to come back up, and I re-logged in. Very strange. But this is the thing. Some things that can happen when you do these kind of things. Strange things can happen. Like I said, there's nothing dangerous. I mean, I've been saying the past week, talking out loud, and I know it might sound crazy, but I know the spirits are here and say, hey, I'm having a ghost hunt tonight. I'm putting it on Facebook, and if y'all, and it's 10 o'clock, I told them if y'all want to come and show people that you exist in my house live, you can. And the meter's been going off, and the one in the kitchen is not going off like it was, but it did. It was at 0. Now it's at, I can see it from here. It's at 0.3, so that means something was there, was just there, or is there. So I'm not worried. Now that's my little china cabinet. As you can see, I'm an avid Redskin fan. But some of that stuff's collectible. I got carried away with collectibles for a while and spent a little money on some of that stuff I should have, but that's okay. Like that big Redskin helmet, it's autographed by Mark Rippon, so that's not a cheap thing. But anyway. Oh, well, I guess I got grocery money. If I ever get really low on grocery money, I can sell all that stuff and be fat. And anyway, all the spirits don't want to be on Facebook. If they didn't want to be on Facebook, they would have shut it off and made my phone go dead, and I couldn't bring it back up. That's for sure. No, spirits are just, they like to play. The things that I've learned that much, even watching the ghost shows, they like to play. Honestly, some of them really serious ghost shows where they get scratched and everything like that. And I know some people, did they really get scratched, or is that part of the show? And I would love, if I had tons of money and was retired, I'd go to them places, take a couple of people and say, I'm not afraid. And I guarantee you, more than likely, nothing would happen. Or what would happen would be so minor. But there are places that are very dangerous. So you wouldn't go in there and yell at the demons, you can't do that to me. And if there are real demons in there, maybe that's not the smartest thing to do. But still, we know I wouldn't go down to Mar-a-Lago, and you'll know why, because we know where the biggest demon is. So anyway, nope. The REM pod made a noise. Interesting. But they're here. And I don't know if they talked or not, and the meter keeps going off sometimes, that one on the table, and then sometimes it doesn't. But this is my hobby, and this is what I did in my house. Now, I used to have a camera over on the counter. It's not on now because it broke. And what I would have it, and it would stay on all night, okay? And it would record. But the site that I had to use for it to show up, and I could pull the videos off that it sent it up to like a cloud. It was like I have 4 cameras in here one time doing that in the house. One in here, the living room, dining room, one in the living room, one in my room when I slept, and then where was the other one? One was in the guest room where nobody was. But after a while, it was $6.99 a month for each camera. And I thought, I'm wasting money. So I got rid of that, and I'm working on a new plan. You know how you see those really high-end cams that they take, and they're like, they're big around like that, and they're on the ghost shows? I looked into those. They send wireless signal to a laptop, so then I could have my laptop up here, and I have a laptop in my other room, and you put software on that, and it links up with the cameras, and then you get it. And then I can plug my laptop into a plug so the battery don't go down. So I'm looking at trying to get 3 or 4 of those cameras, and then plug my laptop in and just let it run one night and see what it catches. And then it's all recorded to my laptop, and then I can just automatically upload it to internet, and then it's a lot cheaper. The cameras will be the expense. Once I have the cameras, then it's not the expense. Also, I have a generator, so I thought, well, okay, I'll answer that. I just saw your question. I'll answer that in a minute. Also, I have a generator for hurricanes and stuff, but I also figured out if I went to abandoned places and I didn't have no power, and I took my cameras and my laptop, you know how they set up those little stations, like this is the command center. I could do that with the generator, and then put cameras, and that's how they set those cameras are. They're wireless and they go a certain distance. They don't have wires running all to the command center. A lot of those are wireless. So to me, it's fun. It's interesting. It's to answer your question, daughter, why do I do it? Because it's interesting. When I bought this house, so you know, it's built in 1942. And I always like the ghost shows. And that was when I first bought this house, I didn't have any ghost equipment at all. That device right there was the first piece of ghost equipment I bought. And I bought that cheap, like $40. And I thought, well, I'll buy that and then see if anything comes up. So then I sat here one night, not even with a recording, just with a flashlight in that machine, and nobody was here. And I said, anybody here, show me here, make that flash. Well, when I said that, Candace, welcome to the ghost rant. But when I said that, you see it's just blinking some now. There's 2 red lights. It went all the way up to red and locked and stayed there for about almost a minute. And I said, okay, if you're really here, let it go. And the second I said it, it went down. So at that point, I knew I was haunted. That's when I decided, well, I'll buy me another piece of. Look, y'all don't think I'm playing. Look at this rim. So there's something here. That's why that's going off. Something's telling us it's here. Look at that. Y'all seeing it for yourself. I'm not even near it. I'm just showing you to the camera. So if you're here and you're wanting to show us you're here, how about stop it? Make it go quiet. Come on. Wow. Maybe it's a child spirit and it's playing with it. It's just, it likes that. Isn't that something? So if you're here, I'll back up and you go away from it and then it stop going off. I want to see if you'll let it stop going off. Wow. Something's right there. Let me see if it feels cold. Yeah, right here, it's like a cold spot. Now I'm going to reset this and see if it'll set it off again. Okay, so we'll reset that again. Now, if you want to show us you're here while I'm talking, I think it was trying to interrupt me and wanting y'all's attention. So maybe the spirits do want to be on Facebook. But look at that. I'm not even near the phone, and it was like 4 lights when I walked up. Wow. Now it went back down to 2 and 3. But when I walked up, that was all the way up to red. See, they're listening to me talk. So now and I'm telling these stories, and they know it's true. So whoever it is just decided, hey, I'm going to make it go really red while he's in the other room distracted. Interesting. But I do it because it's something to do. It's interesting. I'm always interested in why spirits don't leave. Why are they still here? I'm interested in helping some of them cross over. I mean, and you say, well, how can you do that? Probably some people would say, well, all you have to tell a spirit, let's say you have a real ghost in your house, but it's a safe ghost. It's not like, I want them to talk back. Well, I had that recording, but I hadn't finished listening to it. I stopped it because things are going kind of crazy around here for a minute. But I might start up again in a minute. I turned it off to save the battery. But I'm interested in why they didn't leave. But, I know what I can tell you. How you can tell a spirit to cross over. You can't just say, cross over, and they're supposed to know how. Sometimes if they die suddenly, they don't know. So you can give them hints like and say, if you know where a funeral parlor is or a funeral home near your house, you tell them where it is, tell them how to get there. You almost have to give them directions and tell them they go over there, and the next time somebody dies, they'll bring the body in there. And when they have the funeral, So a lot of times spirits will stay and watch your funeral, and then the light will come and they'll leave. And then when they see the light, they can leave. Then also you can tell them to go to hospitals and hang out, because unfortunately some people don't go to their funerals, or some people don't go to their funerals, and when they die, there's the lights right there, and they leave. Then they can leave in the light. So that's how you can tell spirits to cross over. Now, obviously, if they're a dark spirit and when they cross over, they're going somewhere else, and y'all know what I mean, that might be why they might have figured that out and said, oh, I ain't going. But eventually, they'll be going. You want them to talk back. So let's see if we can get this thing going again now where everything's quiet down. I'm turning this back on. I'm going to see if I can see if I hear anything. Okay, so let me sit the phone down for a minute, and I'm going to turn this back on. What? Oh, man, it went off. Uh-oh. Hold on, I'm trying to reset my phone. I mean, this machine. Okay, here we go. For some reason, it just shut off. Okay, so. Oh, I know, I have to get it to a certain. Nope. Record. Initializing. Here we go.
And it's recording. So, I'll put that down and see if we get something later.
All right.
At any rate, so, the only thing I have on is the light on my phone. The rest of the place is dark. So there could be stuff going around me. That's the reason for that camera over there. So if something goes by me like an orb.
See, now this is the rest of the recording I made a while ago. See if we hear anything.
That camera will catch it. It's recording, and then I can review it later. All right. So this is something I haven't done in a while, and I have my other camera here if I need to take some flash still pictures.
That camera there.
I did some earlier, but I don't know if I got anything. At any rate, so we're going to start, and basically, like I said, I did an open prayer before I did this. You should. Never mess with a Ouija board by yourself, ever. Or a spirit board, or do a seance by yourself. The reason is you may invite things or open supposedly doorways that you shouldn't open. Okay?
Exactly.
So that's not good. So, and not saying you will, but you could, so you want to be careful. At any rate, we're going to try to do some EVPs. Now, this has been recorded me talking. So, this is Ghost Hunt, February 6th. I think today's the 7th, I guess.
I don't know what day it is. It's pretty sad.
February 6th is today.
Yes.
2021. So now, if there is anybody here that wants to, and I'm going to take this and move it over here so they don't have to feel uncomfortable. It's right there. If anybody's here that wants to say hello, talk to us, or anything like that, come and set off that meter. Now you can see the meter's going off over there. Y'all can see that, right? And the phone's far enough away, it shouldn't mess with it. Okay? And that little recorder won't mess with it either.
Nope.
Interesting, right? But anyway, if there's anybody here, you show me you're here. So let's try something. What is your name? Who are you? And that REM pod over there is starting to go off a little bit. That means the temperature's changing in there. And temperature usually means, what does it usually mean?
I don't know if y'all heard it. I didn't hear a voice, but I heard some tapping
It's colder or something
when I was asking it to talk.
So, if there's anybody here that wants to come forth and talk to us, I don't know if you know.
And that tapping wasn't there when I was talking before.
But nevertheless, speak into the EVP recorder and say hi. Now, one spirit at one time said, "Who's there? Come forth. Tell us your name. How old are you?" Now, give brief pauses so they can answer. Otherwise, you keep talking, they might answer, you might not hear them. Let's see.
I'm listening.
Where are you at in the house? If you're right here in the room with me. So if you want to, the camera over there is recording infrared, so we may catch something.
You heard the tapping, Donna? Good.
Now the REM pod's going off again.
I'm not hearing any tapping now, so I know something was there.
Let's see. Move something in here.
Nothing got moved.
There's some gloves. You can move those.
Actually,
roll this flashlight. Or turn it off. The switch is real easy.
That didn't turn it
So you
off.
can just hit it like this and it'll go
But
off.
something did move. See this?
See,
I didn't notice it before. Before, it was over here, and I just now noticed it was over there.
Which is actually better.
Wow, that's strange. I didn't catch it on film, but
This
something
is so I can see and y'all can see.
so something moved it.
You
That
see
was
it over
weird.
there? So we're going to go over there. The temperature changes.
Yeah,
So we're going to reset the temperature.
yeah. So we can hear someone talking. Y'all lucky. I got 85% on my phone, so I can keep going. This is for me. This is fun. Some people might think, "Well, this is boring," but for me, it's fun. I mean, come on! It had enough power, whatever's here, and it shut down my phone and everything.
You see what's in front of the person running around instead of their face on all the time.
Come on, get over here and so they can answer you.
When the person has their face in the camera all the time, you don't see much. So I don't like that. But anyway, it's still going off. This is the most I've seen this meter go off in a while, which is kind of interesting. And the cell phone doesn't affect it.
Now the meter way over there, it's only got one light.
Now,
It
whoever's
stopped.
setting this meter off
Isn't that
is in
fun?
front of
Isn't it
you.
interesting?
If you can make it go up to at least one red light, that would tell us.
Then it blinked just now when I said that.
And all you have to do is get closer to it to set it off. So if you can do that, that'd be great. But we can see you're nearby because the lights are going off. So we know something's here.
Yep.
And it is kind of interesting. But the reality is, when you do a ghost hunt, you have to realize when these person or persons were alive, they were persons like us. They just no longer have body. They're a spirit now. Okay? This is why I believe in what I believe in. And I mean, and some people say, well, you're a Christian, but they're people still. So you have to understand that concept. And by the way, some news. Well, I'm waiting to see if we get any more recordings. I'll do some of that. The recording's still recorded, but anyway,
I got off track, as you can see. I can't wait. We ask Summer and Carly to speak, see if we get anything.
The spring, maybe this early summer. Hopefully, if I can get someone.
Yeah, I heard it tapping. It moved and it left. And it left. It wasn't tapping, but it was right there.
One time I went out
But I'm waiting.
to the graveyard and I caught some orbs. There's a graveyard behind my house.
I probably should have talked less and used the CGB better. Normally, I ask like 30 questions and turn it off.
Back to the recording. The EVP. So, if you said something before, sorry I was ignoring you. Go ahead and tell us your name. Have you ever lived in this house before?
Didn't hear anything.
Are you male or female? Can you say...
Hello, Clark. Welcome to the Ghost Rant.
Let's see if we can catch this. We might not catch it on EVP. If there's someone else, whoever's here, can you go and knock on something? On the table, the ceiling, or something like that. Or why don't you move one of these doors?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to listen to this thing.
Now, I've seen it once before. I asked them that. This was a while back. And one door.
No doors moved.
It's kind of startled me because I didn't know it was actually going to happen. But it's okay. And look, again, the REM pod's starting to go up, so that means the temperature changing again in there. It's interesting. That's what I have it read. I keep resetting the temperature, and so it'll see if it keeps changing.
What's really interesting is the REM pod. Well, it's still over there. Now it's quiet. But y'all saw that. Y'all my witnesses. That REM pod was going crazy.
Now see that the lights were starting to stop blinking. But nevertheless, I was trying to think what I wanted to say. So y'all know, I have what some people would call spirituals.
Oh, finally.
I bought them off eBay.
I think I talk too much sometimes.
And supposedly two female spirits were attached to them. And they gave you names, they gave you a short story. Now, not all the time is that true. But one of them I know for sure is true because every time I mentioned her name, half the time something would happen, half the time it wouldn't, like she was ignoring me, like she's mad at me. And supposedly, the girl's name, or the spirit's name, is Summer. Supposedly, something happened to her when she was 11 or 12. The story goes, and I'm not sure that's 100% true, that she wanted a cell phone, she couldn't get it, got mad, and ran away, supposedly. And then some bad man got her, and that was it. So, obviously, she's dead, unfortunately. But so, her name is Summer, the other one's name is Carly. Supposedly, she died with a bunch of friends at 17 because she overdosed on drugs.
I think
you can probably hear that going off again. Anyway, we'll try to talk to them in a minute. I'm going to go here and see what this is.
I went and turned it off, thank you. It's starting to get them. But if y'all notice, look over there. It's totally quiet right now. Isn't that interesting? And it was going off crazy for a while. The meter right now is down to 1. The other meter was in the kitchen was changing a little temperature a little bit, but that was it. But I want to see if when I ask for Carly or Summer to talk, if they do. And here's the interesting. I'm talking about them now. They could say something, and you might not hear them. I might not hear them. But later on, when I save this and you review the video, we may hear stuff that we didn't know was there. So that can be interesting too.
And not in the other room where your spirit doll sits, your vessel spirit doll sits. Can you say hello?
I heard a breath.
Can you say how old you are? Can you say how old you were when you passed away? Carly, are you here? Carly, if you're here in this room with us, can you say hello as well?
The only thing I heard was 2 breaths. That was it.
You were when you passed away. Be kind of cool. Okay, Summer. You know what the EVP recording is? Can you say what your favorite color is? Carly, if you're here, can you say what your favorite color is? And now,
Yep, only breaths. I heard 2 breaths at the beginning, and I ain't heard anything since.
I'm about done recording with that. I just wanted to get some recording done. And then we'll listen and see if we hear anything. But say hello. All right,
Heard something move.
just talk to me. Tell me what your favorite food is. You can say pizza or something, whatever. Tell me when you passed away. What year?
They ain't talking.
Tell me where you...
Think they're teasing me.
me about the portals. So there's one portal on that wall, and sometimes it gets a very strong signal off the meter. And there's another that I showed you before.
Earthquake? No, I'm just kidding. It's not really.
Supposedly, in theory, there's spiritual doorways that people can cross. I found this out because most of the activity in my house was here in the dining room.
Something was moving in the living room. I just heard it.
Go to my home YouTube page. Some of you have. You'll see light streaks.
Well, maybe it was behind me.
Orbs. If you look close enough, there's a shadow person that was female. But she was
I heard something moving just then. It was like
it was a really tall
it
shadow
was something
person
sliding.
that I caught once.
Kind of sounded like this.
But I caught lots of orbs.
But it wasn't like that. It was more like
And sometimes over here, where that window is,
like the glass was rattling in the door a little bit.
come up out that window.
I didn't hear that on the recording. I just heard that just now live.
And then over there, in the other corner, there's a video that shows a light comes out of the ceiling in the corner. It streaks out. It looks like it goes out the window. So these are
All right, if somebody's still here and wants to play some more, make that noise again.
Dangerously haunted. I've never seen anything dangerously.
That you just made, like rattling the doors or the window or something.
That was closed.
Come on.
And I pointed out.
Or go in the living room and set that meter off again. It's been really quiet for a while.
I would say, all right.
You were great. You showed you were here.
Here,
And it's recorded, so you're on Facebook.
Knob on it. I said, that cabin door. And it shuts tight. Well, I said that a lot.
There's something still here. I can feel it.
Had it twice.
I just heard it just now.
The next day, and it was open.
It was right here by something right there, like it was
Interesting.
moving
Scared.
something there, like it was pushing the window right there. It was just in front of me, just now.
Because we all
All right, one more time.
that path one day.
Show us you're here,
Basically,
and do that again. That noise.
ghosts are more like entities that my
Hey,
understanding
look, my dog just came in here.
is that they are
Get out of here, dog.
they died suddenly.
Get,
So, bam,
get. Let's go.
and they don't realize they're dead.
Get in there
They don't know how to.
and stay in there. Go lay down.
Sometimes you have to help them. Part of the guys, my understanding, are not always.
But he just came in here. I thought I had the door shut tight, but I guess I didn't.
I mean, you see those videos.
Weird.
And you can't explain it where all of a sudden
Okay.
birds are gonna stack up on each other. Stuff would just
All right.
move and you could see it move. Or they did that, they've been a ghost for away from all
Well,
they need to go. But nevertheless,
Shut that door tight. But I still heard that noise.
demons of course will lie.
Yeah.
If they talk
All
to
right.
you on that EVP
Probably missed something. I'll have to listen to this again later.
make you
But
think
if something's still here, go ahead and make that
it's
noise one more
possible.
time.
You can hear me. But I can't hear what's coming out the other end.
What's interesting, when I save this, I'm going to have to listen to the whole recording
That you guys may
because there may be a noise none of us are hearing live, but it'll be recorded. And that's how it works sometimes.
my own coming through. That happens. I've seen it.
Yes, animals sense spirits. You're absolutely right,
Videos
Donna.
and stuff like that.
Since we're not hearing nothing here and I'm talking too
They were
much,
trying to do a ghost thing, and there was some voice that goes,
I stopped that EVP recording. I'll listen to the whole thing later. And again, just to make sure there's nothing there. I don't think whatever's there was very minor. The tapping and one other thing, then I was hearing a noise while I was just listening to that, and it was like coming from that window. And then it sounded like it was coming from there. And it sounded like the same thing, like something was scratching on the window. Yes. Now, to answer go back to your question about animals, do they sense spirits? They most certainly do. I have 2 chihuahuas, and when it's daylight and see this door, they'll come out and sit right in that doorway between the office and here. Did you just see that? Did you just see that? That was an orb just went in front of the camera. Did you just see that? There was an orb I just caught just now. I'll have it on recording. Mark it as, I don't know how long I've been doing this recording, but it's 11 o'clock, so mark it at the 11 o'clock, 10:59 mark. Did you see that? As an orb just went across the floor. I told you so. This is my house. This is ghosts in my home. So y'all tell people that it was just there. Oh my God. Anyway, so orb, if you want to go back across while I'm pointing to this doorway, they'll sit right there. See where my finger is? They'll sit right in that doorway. Okay, and they'll look and they'll sit down on their butt. And these 2 chihuahuas don't like sitting; they like laying. And they'll look up. Okay, and like they're looking up at the ceiling almost, but not quite, like across the room. And they'll just sit there. And suddenly, especially Harley, which is the white tan one, he'll start barking. Sometimes, and they'll do it when I'm working. I'll tell him be quiet, but he won't stop. So then I have to yell, spirits, if you're messing with my dog, come on, leave him alone. I'm working right now. I ain't got time for this. So the spirits don't hang out just at night. So that old wise tale that you must do it at 2 or 3 in the morning and that's the best time, that's not true. I know you see that on ghost shows, but they do it because they might get more dark and malevolent spirits than I don't know. But it's not required. So I did do some research on that, and I found out that you can see orbs in the daytime. I took a picture in the daytime of which is now my office, was a dining room when I was looking at this house, and there was an orb the size of a basketball came out on the camera when I was taking pictures. Because I wanted to take pictures of all the houses I looked at so I could kind of decide what I wanted to do when I was looking to buy a house. And this particular house I took a lot of pictures of. And there's a shed out there was full of that other person's stuff. And I took pictures in there, and guess what? It seemed like there was a whole village of orbs in there. It was really weird. But y'all just saw that orb. And now that may have been, look at that, REM pod has not gone off in a while. Now the meter's going off just a little bit again. The whole point is, I do it because to me it's fun, it's interesting, And to me, it's a little entertaining. Sometimes they react better than others. I mean, I sat here one night for 45 minutes. Nothing happened. The meter didn't move. The REM pod didn't go off. The other meter that's in the kitchen right now didn't go off. No sounds, no tapping on the windows, no nothing. Your closet's lights going on and off in daytime now. Maybe it's just a defect. Well, you know how you check it, right? You turn it on. You take the light cover off if you have one. Get on a small ladder. Check the bulb. See if it's tight. If it's nice and tight, and then you get down while you have the light cover off, turn the switch off. Wait a second or two, turn it on, and if it doesn't go on and off by itself at any point, that means it doesn't have a short in it. Because if you turned it off and it's still working, if it was doing that, it would go, it would short out, especially after you tighten it. Put the light cover back on and just see if it does it. So no, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have a short. It could mean there's some spirit there, and they're just saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm here." It's on your wall. Well, still, same difference. It doesn't mean there's a short in it necessarily. That's why you tighten everything, check the switches, and once you know and you've tested it and it works fine, then it's not that. I just heard another noise. It was just over there. Oh, did you see that? There was another one right there. Oh, my goodness. It just went in front of the screen, and I'm just moved around. Are y'all catching that? Oh, that's probably my light. For a minute, I thought that was something on the bar, but it's not. It's my light flashing on it. Okay, cool. Did you see that one too? It was just another one. Wow. I mean, when I went this way, another one went in front of them. So there's some orbs around me. They're hearing me. All right, come on. Let's see if we see some orbs in the living room. If you're bold, go in the living room. Come back towards the camera. Come on. Show us you're here some more. I think that's also why the camera's getting blurry, on and off. And I seen when they did ghost shows and their cameras went blurry, that's because some entity was messing with it. But it's on this recording, so you have to be able to see it. This was at about 2 minutes ago. So say between 11:03 and 11:05, maybe 11:02 the earliest. In that 3 minute span, that's where it went across the screen. Because remember, I'm going to save this. It's going to be totally recorded. So all that stuff will be on it. But I've seen 2 orbs. And also by camera right there that catches night vision, if I'm seeing live orbs just barely and catching them just barely, I can imagine when I go back and look at that recording what it's going to be on it. So let's walk over here and see. And I think I'm almost done for the night. It's 11 o'clock. I don't have to work tomorrow. And I'll be dang. It's still recording. That's good. Yeah, you say, now, have I invested some money in some of this equipment? Yes. But it's worth it. So I want to get, there's something called a Connects. You see it on the ghost shows where it shows like little stick people, and those are supposed to be catching entities. I wouldn't mind getting one of those, but they're not cheap. $500 to $600. I was like, holy crap. And then there's an Oculus type of thing, and it's supposedly computer. The ghost can talk in and make words in it. Well, the latest one they have is like a 5B, and it was like $1,100. I'm like, well, I'm not spending that on that. No way. But I wouldn't mind getting one of them Connects, but I might have to save up for that. But I want to get, like I said, getting back to what I was saying earlier, I do want to buy some cameras like they have, and they're not that expensive, but I might have to buy them one at a time. They're like $150 a piece, but they're really nice, and they connect to your laptop. So what I may do is buy one, figure out how to make it work really well, set it up with the laptop, and charge the laptop and see if it catches anything for the night, or at least for an hour or two. I don't have to have it for the whole night, and then come back and check it. And then if I get one working good and I know how to do it, and the laptop has more than enough memory, then I might buy a second one and so on. And then I'll put maybe 3 or 4 cameras in my house. And when I do that, I can switch them to live. I forget, there's a way you can do it and switch it to live, but you'd have to go to a certain link, and y'all can watch it live, which would be interesting to see if y'all see anything in the night. But that's down the road. Those are my plans for the future. Plans for the future for my ghost hunts are to go to I found out actually in Pembroke, they have a ghost hunt society. And in Pembroke, there's a bridge you go to, and they say it's haunted. And there's this other old building. So I know where they are now. And they're not that far from me, about 11 miles. So maybe when it gets warmer and I get permission, because you always want to get permission to any of them abandoned places you go. For one thing, for liability. But if you can't find permission because no one's been there in 20, 30, 50 years and nobody knows who owns it anymore, then you could probably go in there and nothing will happen. But if you're friendly with your local police, or you try to be, now the light's going off because I'm talking, but then you might want to see if you can get their permission. You always want to be as cautious as you can and be careful. And when you go in those buildings, if you do a ghost hunt outside at home, not at home like I do, this is pretty safe here. But if you go into an abandoned house or school or hospital, you know how you see them when they go. One of the things I always suggest, since you don't know how beat up the building really is, where you're going, take a stick with you. And as you walk forward, well, you might be holding a single camera and not your phone. Touch the floor in front of you a little bit like this, just to sit. So if you find a weak spot in the floor, you don't fall through it. Now, as you say, well, I'm on the first floor, but yeah, you don't know if this building has a secret basement nobody know about. Especially old buildings might have stuff that it don't. Anyway. So, but that's my future plans for this. Like I said, the politics part for right now for rants is pretty much over with. I mean, I'm going to do a rant like once a week, maybe twice a week on that. Everyone is when I can, but it's going to be for important stuff like the raises coming through. Hey, Brian. Welcome to the rant, the ghost rant for today. But when things like if the $15 an hour rate ever goes through for real, then I'll be ranting about that. When the $1,400 is on the way. Now they say once it's approved, all supposed to get it within a week. So if you've gotten it before pretty quick, you'll get it again. But the $1,400 will get approved. Is that Pembroke, North Carolina? Donna, just say yes or no, because that's what I'm talking about. Pembroke, North Carolina. There might be, I thought you said you were in Texas. Maybe I misunderstood you. There might be a Pembroke, Texas, too. But yes. So for all of you joined late or been patient, been here a while, I was doing a ghost hunt for about an hour. I'm almost done. And I got it, and I had a night vision camera recording over there. I have meters in the kitchen. Right there, as you can see, it goes off sometimes. It's going off really crazy. And that REM pod, all of y'all that were here earlier know how much that REM pod was going off. It's not doing anything right now. Isn't that interesting? It made it go crazy, and it stopped. All right, let's try this one last time. If there's anybody still here, like you did before, can you go over and make the REM pod go off? If you want us to know you're here. Can you do that right now? Show us that you're here? I mean, you're making it go crazy earlier. Can you make it go off one more time? I guess not right now. Did you see that orb? It just went in front of the camera. It just went in front of the camera. Just now. It came from the lower part of the screen and went up across to... It started on the left. I guess you're facing it. Be the left side of the screen and went up and towards the right side. I just went in front of the camera. Well, there's more than one spirit that lives here. So I can tell you what I have figured out through playing with the thing, getting them to talk through this meter here, getting them to talk through the REM pod sometimes, that other meter that's in yonder, or sometimes getting a EVP. I figured out there's 6 to 7 spirits that are here. Now, they don't all come around me at once, or they could and I would never know it because I can't see them. But anyway, that's 3 orbs I've seen tonight. I can't wait till I view that video on that other camera, see what it caught. 3 orbs. Wow. And maybe you're right. Maybe that one just went there and left. He's like, I'm out of here. Or he went up to the attic, or she went up to the attic. Oh, yeah, by the way, I have an attic, and I have caught some orbs up there before. I really have. And when I first got here, that was all a wreck and messy. I cleaned it all out. I swept it out. It's still an old attic. and I took bunches of boxes out, old boxes that the old people left, the people that used to live here left, threw it all out and put it, and it's gone. So now you could actually go, and if you wanted to go up there and just sit, you could. Now you have to be careful where you walk because you could go through the ceiling. But who are they? Oh, well, the only name. Let me see if I can. Well, besides Carly and Summer, which I think are still here from the Spirit Dolls, I was able to figure out one or two other names. I'm trying to remember. One was Elizabeth, and one was Martha. Yes, Martha. My understanding from what I could do by playing around. She was an older lady. She was like 68 or something. Elizabeth was like in her 30s or 40s. And I couldn't get much else. But I'd love to get a ghost hunt team to come here. You know, that has much more equipment than I do. Like the stick people thing, and maybe have a medium come in here and see if anybody talks to them. I want them professional mediums that you know are real. That would be cool. Just, But, we'll see. I put out a lot of feelers to ghost societies tonight, so who knows? Maybe one of them say, hey, can we come to your house and do a ghost hunt? I was like, sure. And let them do one and record everything and see what we get. But I've seen 3 orbs here tonight. Oh, that's weird. Donna, did you ever see that third orb that went by when I was by the door right here? Come on, I was saying, show me the meter, go. Show me the meter, and then an orb went by. It was more, actually wasn't an orb, it was more like a streak, a light streak, and I've seen that before. Heather, welcome to the rant. Heather, just so you know, this is a ghost rant. And you're getting here late. I'm fixing to shut it down here in a minute. But it's been recorded. We know for sure there's tapping that was off of this. We've seen 3 orbs. We know the meters went off. That one still seems to go off. The one in the kitchen went off. We got a night vision camera recording. Now it went blurry again. And then there's a REM pod over there that was going off crazy for a while. It's not going off at all now. So when you watch the full recording, you may see more than you think. Oh, and by the way, okay, Dawn, that's okay. By the way, if you get time, this particular video, if you're able to download it, I would download it to your laptop or something and go through it slower, and then see if you see anything that I didn't see, because that's what I'm going to do. This particular one I'm going to download to my laptop or my desktop and see if I see anything that I didn't see on there. Plus, if I see anything on that camera over there, I'm going to definitely I can plug that video camera into my laptop or my desktop and upload it. So there's a lot of stuff when you do these hunts and ghost interactions you may not see. But we know something was here. We caught some stuff. People saw it live on Facebook. So yes, my YouTube page is called Ghost in My Home. You look it up. It's really there. And on there are tons. I haven't put a lot on there because I got rid of those cameras I was paying $7 a month for. So I haven't recorded that much lately for that. But now that I'm getting back into it, if I buy a different camera, I'm going to put the first camera I buy that's going to be the one that hooks up to the laptop. I'm going to put it in that kitchen, maybe on that camera stand and on the other side of the counter, and see what I catch. So you can do a wide angle so that you catch everything. But I am excited tonight because this was not, like, I would have been really disappointed if nothing happened. But they came and said, hey, we're here. We're letting your people know that on the internet, on Facebook, know that we're here, and you guys got to see it. So I have eyewitnesses that you saw one orb, and you saw the meters go off, and Donna heard the tapping on and I still haven't finished listening to the total EVP, but Donna heard the same tapping that I heard, and then 2 breaths. So something's always, this is weird. And sometimes, seriously, I'll give you an example of something weird that sometimes happens around here. You see I'm laying these glasses right there? These are my glasses for the computer, right? Well, I can leave them there. And I'll go in there, and like everything's normal, it's daytime, I'll watch TV, forgot that they were laying there. I'll come back in sometimes, and just for fun, they'll be over here on the other end of the table. And I'll come in and I'll look at them weird, like I know I didn't put them there. And I'll have to think about it a couple of minutes. And then I realize, no, I didn't put them there. They're moved. And then I said, okay, who did that? And I talked to them like they're they're alive. I thought y'all thought that was funny. Didn't think I would notice. But of course I noticed. Okay, all right, well. Okay, and this. I was trying to show you this. Oh, here we go. I'm on the wrong end. Okay. All right, so hold on. I'm doing something here. Whoa. Okay, so y'all can see. Hold on. Let's see. You should be able to see them green spots. I'm putting something in there to see if something will break the barrier. And nothing's breaking it. So there's nothing in there right now. Anyway, so yes, I have a lot of neat little toys, and I like the toys, so I'll probably get some more. I mean, think of it this way. I live here with 2 Chihuahuas. I'm not married. Maybe Miss Wright will come along someday again, but right now she's not. And that's okay. I've been single now for 5 years. And actually, I know that sounds mean, maybe, but I like having that freedom. I like writing, and I may get bored of it, but after 5 years, I like having that freedom. This is my house. I got it all on my own. No one's helping me pay the bills. I'm figuring out how to do it all on myself. Some months are good. Some months are tight. That's just the way it is. But I enjoy the freedom. And if I decorate whatever I want. Now, no one else may like what I do. But if I like it, I'm the one that got to look at it, right? So I enjoy that. Anyway, I want to thank you all for being here tonight and coming for the first Ghost Rant of 2021. It's been about almost a year, because I think the last time I did one was in May or June of 2020. And with the pandemic going crazy, I just kind of got off of it and started focusing on, hey, I got to get ready for this presidential election. And we did, and we won. And I know that, and that's not mean to any. I'm sure there's a lot of fantastic women out there would be just great. And we might get along great and get married and live and die in each other's arms. But God hasn't shown me her yet, so we'll wait and see. And it's just, and I think deep down, I'll be honest, I think if some woman came up and it seemed like she was really right, I'd be praying the heck out of it, because I'd be scared that I don't want to make a mistake. Because when I make choices for women without God, not always good. I mean, I can read other people, like friends, and I can sense that they're a bad person, not just weird. There's one of my gifts. But when it comes to choosing Mrs. Right, man, I'm not good at that at all. I'm bad at it. So that's okay. I accept that. But I enjoy it. I mean, my house is coming together. A lot's come on this house since I bought it. I mean, did a lot of remodeling, changed that cabinet's an addition. An extra carpet or two, and there's an addition. The couches are different. When I moved in here, I had one little TV, a chair. I had that one chair that you see in the corner over there, and that was it. And I'm sorry, and I had an air mattress to sleep on. The first week I slept here, that's all I had. And of course, I had the microwave, and I could cook stuff. Then I had to go to my old apartment, bring everything up here, and then I had a few more stuff, but most of that stuff's gone, because I got newer stuff. But anyway, I don't know when the next ghost hunt will be. But there will be another one, that I can assure you of. I think the next time I do one, my thinking is to go outside of my backyard and take this camera and take pictures and take one of the meters out there and sit it down on the ground and then see what we catch. And maybe do an EVP out there. Because I have gotten orbs out there. I mean, I've got pictures of them. It was on this camera. I don't know if it's still there. But I know where it was. It was on my phone. It still is on my phone. So I have orbs. I won't take that out there. I did it with my phone. But nevertheless, I got pictures out there. And there's a graveyard. If you go out to the back of my yard, there's a fence. There's a graveyard right on the other side of the fence, but to the left. So it's not right against my backyard, but it's like the next door neighbor's backyard. There's a graveyard. So, but anyway, it's fun. And that's the main reason I do this. For me, it's fun. Look, I'm not a drinker, so you won't see me. I'm not a clubber. I mean, I had my days as a clubber. That was 30 years ago, but I'm not now. if I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke anything. I don't do any drugs other than the normal blood pressure medicine I got to take. And that's just me. I've calmed down. I guess I grew up. That's a good way to say it. I grew up. 2021, I wouldn't waste any time doing all that. Oh, that's craziness. And let me have a beer and let's go party. That guy's long dead, figuratively. And I'm saved and I'm happy and I pray and I'm passionate and I want good things for our country, good things for my family, good things for my friends, good thing for my Facebook friends. I mean, and I'm in a house and I'm in my house and I earned it. And I'm not saying it's special because it really isn't all that great. It's not it's not going to be a home and garden, beautiful house. But some of them houses you see on there, it's like, I think they just made it up like that, and then when there's nobody around, it looks like 10 times better than it is. But anyway, I want to say God bless you. My phone got down to 65%, so I want to go in a minute before it's not draining fast, but I like to keep it high. But I appreciate you all coming. I hope you had fun. I hope you saw some interesting things, heard some things. Y'all, the biggest thing we had was the orbs. And the meter in there going crazy, which is not now, which I was doubting that it was working right a while ago, but now I know it was. So whatever was there showed up. And so let's all do this, though. For all the spirits that were here tonight, the orbs, whoever made the meter go off, made this meter go off, and the REM pod go off, and made the tapping sounds we heard earlier. And the scratching sounds on the window that I heard earlier on the couple windows is not here. It's all gone. So I think they have left, or either that they went through the portal and they might come back later tonight and mess with me when I'm asleep. I know sometimes I'll tell you one more point, but I want to say thank you to all the spirits and the ghosts or whatever that were here. Thank you for being here, being kind and nice and not being mean and ugly and just showing us you were here. We appreciate that. Everybody on Facebook was I think they kind of liked it. If they don't, they'll tell me later. And we still got more to research. When the show's over, they go research this stuff when they first film it, and then they come back later and present the evidence in the same show. Well, I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money. So I'm going to research and then upload if I find anything else. But anyway, I just want to thank all the spirits. Carly and Summer, maybe they were there on the REM pod. So thank you for coming and showing everything. And I'll say a prayer before I will say the closing prayer and really quick because you should do this to close any session. Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity and this night, and keep us all safe. I want to close so the spirits, if they were here, they can rest. If they went back through the portals, they can go do whatever they do, and let them know if they didn't hear me that we appreciate them visiting tonight and showing people they were here. And Father, I thank you for all these things and protecting us in the name of Jesus. Amen, amen. So, got to say your closing prayer. So again, thank you for coming. I thanked all the spirits. And for me, it was fun, and I will do it again. If the weather permits, and it's not like freezing cold out like it is right now, I may do the next one outside in the backyard. Kind of like let's go on location. And I want to go over to that graveyard behind my house, but it is in the city limits, and I don't know what the rules are. So I think I'm actually going to have to go. Monday I'm off. I may go up to City Hall and say, hey, if I just go around there and run meters and do that in that old graveyard that's back behind there, will I get in trouble? And I know the mayor. He's a Democrat, Ed Henderson. So I may say, Ed, if I go back there, am I going to get in trouble? Because I don't want to get any citations or anything. So I'll go out. If they say that's okay, then I may do another one down the road in there and see if we catch anything in the graveyard. So it could be fun. If I catch anything on the other camera, I will let y'all know. So before I say goodnight, let's go there and see if it recorded almost everything, because it looks like it did. Hold on. Sometimes it shuts off. I'll be dang, it's still recording. Look at that. Isn't that something? See the 42, it's still recording. Isn't that something? Wow. Okay, well, that's cool. Oh, I thought I saw a red streak, but that was actually that little REM pod. So, nope, I didn't see nothing. All right, any other orbs want to fly by this camera? I'm going to go one time around the room, and this is your last chance to be on Facebook Live. And I'm going to walk you here because maybe you're hiding out in the living room, and this would be it. I'm just being entertaining, I guess. Nope. Nope, that's the light reflecting right there. So some people say, oh, what is that? But that's the light reflecting. So we're going to go around here to the living room and give orbs one chance to go by the camera. If they want to, or any spirits. And the REM pod go off one more time if they want it. You can see it's on, nothing's there. And we're saying, is it still working? Did we break it? As you can see, nope, there's the test, so it still works. All right, there's the, oh, that's the mirror. All right, so one last time, we're going to walk through here. I thought I saw the orb, but I wasn't. So I'm going to go slower. Now, if you're an orb, you want to get on live, Facebook Live, come on. They probably think I'm crazy, and that's why they left. Let's get out of here. This humans, this flesh person is crazy. Yeah, all right. So let's go see. Oh, that meter that was 0.3 is now 0.0. So, see, everything went off. And I'm going to turn this off. And we'll turn the power off. Okay, that one's off. I'll turn the rest off in a minute. At any rate, didn't see any more orbs. If y'all saw one, let me know. But anyway, again, thank you for being here tonight. And you had some fun. It was different. I'll have to try to make it more interesting the next time. But it's fun. My grandkids know the house is haunted. And that's the last thing I'll tell you tonight. And I know because my one granddaughter, Nevaeh, once told me, Papa, is your house really haunted? Are there really ghosts here? I said, yes. Are they mean? I said, no, they're friendly. And then I left it at that. And she didn't say nothing more about it. Then one day she came to me after she had used the restroom and says, Papa, don't tell Mommy, but I saw somebody in the mirror. I said, yourself? No. She was this little girl behind me. I said, she looks about my age. And I said, well, what color was her hair? She goes, red. And when I looked at her and said, hello, she disappeared. I'm like, okay. And I told her, well, that might have been summer. And so who knows? Anyway, as we saw, we had fun. But anyway, oh yeah, I am a good housekeeper. I don't, for a guy, I suppose I am. I don't like things disorderly. So I was, everything has a place and I straighten it up all the time. Like if this carpet gets crooked, I'll straighten it right back up. I know, maybe that, but I'm not one of those people that, I got to touch everything every 5 seconds. It's got to be that perfect. I just like a good, organized, clean looking house. You like my birds up there? That's my fake Super Bowl trophy for one of the Redskins Super Bowls. Now they're not the Washington football team. Anyway, I had fun. That's why I did it and probably keep running my mouth. But this went on an hour and a half, so that's better than most ghost shows. Of course, I didn't have 18 people going around with cameras and doing all that, but that's okay. Well, I want to say God bless you. Thank you for coming. We will talk to you soon again, and I'll start thinking about when the next ghost rant is. It will either be outside or at the graveyard if the weather permits and I can go to the graveyard, or I may do another one in the house. We'll see. But God bless you. Oh, I can turn around and let you look at me now. Ooh. God bless you. I love you in Christ, and y'all have a good night. Now I know why they had that light in my eyes. Too bright. But anyway. Oh, you like my French doors? Yeah, I do too. And they got repainted on one side, and the other side, believe it or not, is actually brown. So, anyway. Oh, that's another thing. That's one last thing I just remembered. I like telling people a lot of things when I do this ghost hunt. When these are shut, sometimes for no reason at all, they'll just go bloop and just open. And then I know it's the spirit sometimes it does that. You know what I say to us? Look, the least you could do once you went through is shut them back. I like them closed. I was joking about that. So, but I left them open one time, and then I went in the other room to use the restroom, came back out, they were closed. I'm like, okay, you got my message. So this is why I said, I know my house is haunted. That's why I love my YouTube page, Ghosts in My Home. But I'm not fearful of them. Because, I don't know, some people would be scared. You've seen those stories where, oh my God, they do one little thing and they run out of the house and they scream, or they hear a door slam, when they're out on location. Now, when I'm on location, I might be a lot more cautious, but I don't think I'd run from a door slam or setting off a REM pod. What's that one show with the young 20-year-olds that go around in a camper? I can't think of that show, but it's on Travel Channel. They get so scared so easily. Most stuff they get scared of, I wouldn't get scared of. Now, obviously, if I'm walking through an old place and see, I'm walking in front, and then a fire comes up out of the floor, I'm wondering two things. Either the devil's coming up out of hell, which is not as likely as something burst down in the floor, and I got to get out of the building before it blows up with me in it. So I'm not afraid, of spirit, because I've always figured it this way, and this may not be logical for some folks, but for me, it is because of my belief, and I know I'm saved. So if I fall over dead with a brain hemorrhage tomorrow, I'm not saying I will, but if I did and I'm going to heaven. So I don't have anything I'm not worried about where I'll end up at, but I'm not tempting fate and say, hey, let me stand on the edge of the building and see if it collapses. You don't tempt fate either. But I'm not, but I would go in a place like that, and God would tell me to leave. He put some weird feeling in me like, I don't want you here. There's something here that's really bad. I can't protect you from it. Because maybe God allows certain things to happen in certain ways that he can't protect you if you walk into it. Kind of like if you walk into chopper blades on a wood chopper, you're going to get chopped up. So, yes, you still may go to heaven, but that's kind of like, are you crazy? No, but no, Don, I'm not afraid at all. It's just weird. But some people would be. I have fun. And so, I've woke up one time. I only happened once or twice since I lived here 6 years. The carpet was dragged off of me. James, welcome to almost the end of the ghost rant, but it will be recorded in its entirety, so you can watch the whole thing. You will see orbs. You will see the REM pod over there that goes off. You will see this meter going crazy. You will see, you'll hear that other meter in the kitchen go off. You'll see some orbs. We had a live ghost hunt on Facebook at my home, and I'll say it one more time, so y'all can see what I'm talking about, so I'm not crazy. A little not senile, what is it? What's old man with wisdom or whatever, but eccentric, that's it. But go to my YouTube page and you look it up as Ghosts in My Home with my name and you'll find it. And then you can go watch all the videos there. At any rate, and I am going to review this recording for Facebook at one point, and then I'm going to review the camera that's in the kitchen. That's infrared. Anyway, we'll talk at you later. God bless you. Love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. It was fun, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye for now.